One of the trickiest aspects of AI search so far has been measuring AI search's value or the potential value of AI search. How much is it helping your business? Is it helping at all? There are some tools out here that we can use. There's some tools that will track mentions in AI search, give us a way to understand whether or not we're showing up more than a competitor in AI prompt responses. The trick with that is that they aren't real prompts that you're measuring. We don't know how many times actual people are typing in a particular prompt. We don't know how many times actual people are seeing your business mentioned in a prompt response. Same goes for traffic. We can get a sense of how much traffic we're getting from AI searches by looking at Google Analytics or another analytics tool and looking at referral data. But that's incomplete because a lot of the traffic that comes in from AI searches is coming in from unattributed channels. So that might be people coming back directly to our website, or might be people who are just finding our brand name, or maybe they're clicking a link that just doesn't pass referrer data appropriately in a way that analytics tools can measure that. But there's one reliable piece of information that we can look at, and that's bot activity coming into our website. So we can measure how many times a bot from an AI company has come to our website. We can measure what pages that bot looked at, how often they come back. And this has always been something that we can do within traditional SEO. Within technical SEO for a long time, one of the top recommendations has been to review your website's log files. We can understand how many times Googlebot is crawling our website, what pages they're looking at, how often they come back to our website, and so on. And that's a really great way to understand Googlebot activity. But we can extend that to AI search and look at how many times AI bots are coming into our website, what pages they're looking at, how frequently they're coming back. This takes on a new level, though, with AI search because there's different types of bots within AI search than we had with traditional search. So with AI search, ChatGPT is the best example of this. There's different types of bots that exist. So with ChatGPT, they have three types of bots. They have their training bot, GPT bot. So GPT bot will come into the website, find content that it can use to train the LLMs and the models. We then have search bots. So search bots are like ChatGPT's OAI search bot. This is also where Google fits in with Googlebot, or Bing with BingBot. These are the traditional search bots that are coming in, trying to find pages on the website that should be included in search results. And then with AI bots, like ChatGPT, we have user interaction bots. So with a user interaction bot, this is a bot that will visit the website in real time to fetch information that may be included in a prompt response. So in ChatGPT's case, this is their ChatGPT user bot. This is a totally new type of activity. And as a result of all this bot activity happening, we want to measure it. We want to understand what's going on. One way we can do that is by accessing our website's log files. The downside to website log files is that they can be complicated to access. They can be tricky to work with and use. They're really large files, and you usually have to find a specific program to analyze and look at log files. Highly recommend it if you can do that, but there are some alternatives. One alternative that we've started using a lot at Elementive with our clients, at least for our clients using WordPress, is a tool called Dark Visitors. So Dark Visitors is a tool that works on WordPress websites to measure AI bot activity. It is free up to a pretty generous level. So for most websites, you're going to be able to use this for free. So in this video, I want to walk you through how Dark Visitors works, how you configure it on your website, and give you at least a brief look at some of the reports and what kinds of data you can access. So to start off, adding this to your website, go into WordPress and under Plugins, select Add Plugin, then search for Dark Visitors, and then you'll see the plugin come up. You can click Install Now, and then once it's installed, you can activate. And then once it's activated, you can see that Dark Visitors is turned on. And then in the sidebar, you'll also see Dark Visitors listed here. And then with it listed here, you can look at the configuration steps and just follow these along. You can sign up, create your new project. Their instructions are pretty straightforward to just follow those two. The next thing you want to do is grab your token and add that in here. So to find your token, under your project, open up your project and then click on settings. And then under settings, you'll find the access token. You can copy this and you can paste that over in step 2. On step 3, make sure you've got enable agent and LLM analytics turned on. You can ignore step 4 when you're initially setting this up. This is a feature Dark Visitors offers where they'll set up the robots.txt file and add some things for you. It's an interesting feature and maybe one you want to experiment with, but you can skip that for the initial setup at least. And then once you have this in place, you can go ahead and hit save changes, and then you'll be set to go and it will start tracking. Now, in terms of tracking, it can take a little bit of time for it to start to show up and populate data. You will start to see some activity come in real time. And if we hop back over to Dark Visitors, we can go to the real time report and we can see who's coming into the website right now. So we can see that an Ahrefs bot visited the website 5 minutes ago, GPT bot 11 minutes ago, and so on, which is a great way to make sure that this is actually working. But for the actual reports and more detailed information, I'd say give it at least a few days, if not a week, for enough data to come in to have meaningful data in your reports. So under the reports, you can start on the crawlers and scrapers page. So crawlers and scrapers at the top just gives you a few key numbers: how many bots came in over the last 30 minutes, how many total agent visits there were over this particular period of time that we're looking at, and then roughly what's the percentage of agent versus human traffic. So how much of your traffic is coming from a bot versus coming from a human. Also on this main page, we have a graph giving us a general overview of how bot activity is trending over this particular time period. The one thing with this graph that's a little tricky is that the color coding isn't immediately obvious. If you hover over, you can see what each of these are. Also, if you scroll down the page, you can see that there are color coded labels down here. So light blue is AI assistant, and orange is AI data scraper, and yellow is AI search crawler, and so on. And those correspond to these up here in the graph. So you can get a sense of trends over time. Also on here, we can see what are the top visiting agents. So some of these are the ones I was mentioning. So we've got different AI tools that are coming in, like ChatGPT user is in here, GPT bot is in here, Perplexity bot is in here, right, from different AI tools. We also have Google bot in here. We also have some other bots like Ahrefs bot. That's the bot from Ahrefs that's coming into the website. And so we can get a sense of AI activity, but also just get a broader sense of bot activity coming into the website. We can also see the top visited pages as well. And this can be interesting to just get a high level sense of, where are these bots going and what are they looking at? But where this starts to get more useful and more beneficial is when you start drilling into the different types. So for example, we can look at AI search crawlers. We can see how AI search crawlers are trending over time and whether or not we see more or less activity over a particular time range or on a particular day. And then if we click see individual agents on any of these, I'll pick on AI search crawler just for example, we can see the individual agents within this. So we can see how Applebot is crawling, or OAI search bot is crawling, or Perplexity bot is crawling our website. If we want to drill into one of these bots in particular, Dark Visitors gives you that information. So you can click on See Insights for Agent. And if you click on this, then we're looking specifically at Perplexity bot activity. I can get how many visits there were from Perplexity bot, but then I can also see the top pages for Perplexity bot as well. And we can see, okay, which page is actually coming up the most, which pages are maybe coming up the least on this list, which pages aren't on this list at all. You can come up here and export this to get the full list of paths as well. You do have to sign up, but if you don't have very much activity, it's still a free account, even if you sign up. Also on here, we can see recent visits. So if you are wondering, can Perplexity use my website, or ChatGPT use my website, or Gemini, or whatever, or Google, can they crawl my website, whoever it is, you can see this in real time. So given how recently Perplexity bot hit the website, clearly they're able to access the website. Clearly they're able to come in to the website. So that's under crawlers and scrapers. It's a lot of really good information to understand that bot activity. The other report we can look at is the AI agents report. So under AI agents, we can see what different agents are doing on the website. So agents in this case are primarily going to be ChatGPT agent that we're paying attention to. That's the biggest one in the agentic AI space. But dark visitors also gives us headless agents. These are bots coming in on a headless version of Chrome. So this could represent different types of AI tools or maybe testing tools on the website as well. I would pay most attention to AI agent on here. And if we drill into this and we look at individual agents, we'll see ChatGPT agent listed. We can drill into that. And then we can see, okay, how many visits do we have from ChatGPT's agent? What pages is it going to? What countries is it coming from? And here again, we can see real-time visits to make sure that it seems like this is actually working. So if you want to make sure that ChatGPT agent is able to access your website, come into your website, it's a good way to be able to find that. One other report I'll point out on here is the referral data. So they've got AI chat and search LLM traffic. So this tells you how much traffic is coming to your website from ChatGPT, from Perplexity, from Gemini. You can get this data out of Google Analytics too, and I like using both together. They give you a different way of looking at it. They're measuring it in different ways, so the numbers aren't going to line up, but it's interesting to know the trends, interesting to know the differences from how it's measured in dark visitors to how it's measured in analytics. Both are accurate in the sense that they are doing what they're supposed to do. The dark visitors number is going to track this without JavaScript enabled. So whereas analytics, Google Analytics, is going to require JavaScript being enabled. So maybe you're going to capture a bit more activity, a bit more of the referral visits coming to your website in dark visitors compared to what you see in analytics. Anyway, on here you can see the total referrals over this time period. They give you a measurement of click-through rate. I'm not entirely certain how accurate this is, but it is an interesting number to watch and see the trends over time. We can also see the graph of activity. We can see which pages these AI tools are sending traffic to, what countries this traffic is coming from. And then here again, we can drill into any of these in particular to see, okay, what specifically is coming in from ChatGPT versus Claude versus any of these other tools. So that's a quick overview of dark visitors. Obviously, there's a lot going on in here. There's a lot of data that you can access within here. Like I said, it's a tool that we've been seeing a lot of benefit using it for our clients and on my site to gain access to different levels of data and a broader awareness of what's happening with AI search. So I would recommend check it out, see if it could work for you. If you have other questions about AI search, need help setting up dark visitors, other types of reporting for AI search, please do let me know. You can email me at matthew@elementive.com. If you liked this video, please subscribe or follow. Thank you so much for watching.